I watched my 11-year-old sister die when I was 13 years old. My sister was my best friend, my partner through every single hardship I've ever faced. When my dad was in and out of jail, when my mom worked so much and so late, we only ever saw her weekends. When I had to step up to be a parent to 2 little boys at the age of 8, I had my sister by my side, and I could handle it. I could take on anything life wanted to throw at me as long as I had her by my side. But then I didn't, and it broke my heart. It shattered my entire world. I was 13 when I started drinking. I was 14 when I realized I was an alcoholic. I started hanging out with a tough crowd and soon identified myself as a sureña, a gangster. My family was dirt poor. There was months where we couldn't pay the bills, and we'd spend months without electricity or water. There was times where we lived off the dollar menu at McDonald's. In 2013, my dad was shot and almost killed because of drugs. The doctor told me he had so much drugs in his body, he could have overdosed and died. I realized my dad is a drug addict and a drug dealer. I had spent so much of my life trying to step into his shoes and fill them and be that man that he was unwilling to be for my siblings. And when I realized that the reason he was never around, the reason he wasn't there, was because he chose drugs over us, he chose drugs over me. And I realized I was doing that exact same thing to my brothers, and I didn't want to. I realized I am my father's daughter, but I am not my father. I come from a world where drugs kill the people I love, where prison letters and tears are never an odd thing. I come from a world where you don't go into survival mode, you live there. And I didn't want to continue to live in that world. I didn't want to continue to struggle those same struggles. I wanted to change. And that change wasn't going to happen overnight because it felt like every force in the world was against me. It had a score to settle with me. And I had so much up against me, but I wanted that change so badly. And I put in a lot of work. And then something happened. Something so amazing that doesn't happen to everybody. I won a 4-year scholarship. I'm going to college this fall as a first-generation college student. I am 2.5 years sober. I left the gang life. And to put it bluntly, I finally got my shit together. But you see, that's not success. That's nothing. Because success isn't self-accomplishment. Success is helping other people. I'm the founder of a new program at my high school called Girls United. And with this program, I work with a group of 9th and 10th grade girls who are exact replicas of who I was when I was 13. And my ability to work with them comes from my experience of pain and anger and bitterness and sadness. One of my girls came up to me because I told her I was proud of her because she got her grades up. And she looked me in the eye and she told me, "No one has ever told me they were proud of me. And when you did, I finally believed in myself. I was proud of myself." And at that moment, that was my hallelujah moment. That's when I realized what success was. Success wasn't that I made it through my sister's death. It wasn't that I made it through my drug addiction or my gang affiliation. It wasn't any of that. It was that I was able to use that to help somebody, to change somebody, to inspire somebody, because that's what success is. It's using whatever it is that you've got. Everyone has something, everyone. Use that, help someone, inspire someone, save someone, change someone's life, because we can all do that if we're willing to lend a hand, because that's what success is. Success is helping other people. Thank you.